Hey everybody, welcome to Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy. Before the MCU got off the ground with Iron Man, there was another cinematic universe which made us love him 3000. Quentin Tarantino's Cinematic Universe, or the TCU. For years, fans have noticed little connections in his films, such as Red Apple Cigarettes and Big Kahuna Burger.
That's that Hawaiian burger joint.
But these connections go a lot deeper than that. It turns out that Tarantino wasn't just creating one cinematic universe, but three.
There's the realer than real universe, all right? And all the characters inhabit that one. But then there's this movie universe. And so From Dusk Till Dawn, Kill Bill, they all take place in this special movie universe. So basically when the characters of Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction, when they go to the movies, Kill Bill is what they go see. Right. From Dusk Till Dawn is what they go see.
Inglourious Basterds best showcases these differences. When the bastards kill Adolf Hitler, they helped create a more bloodthirsty society, meaning the average viewer watched more violent movies.
All the shooting. I love that stuff, you know, the killing.
A lot of killing.
But there are certain characters who can appear in both the realer than real and movie universe and kind of jump back and forth, such as the wolf from Pulp Fiction. Also, Sheriff Earl McGraw and his son Edgar, who are in both Kill Bill and Death Proof. We think that's because the filmmakers of the movie universe based these other characters on their real-life counterparts. The realer than real universe begins with Tarantino's debut film, Reservoir Dogs. While planning the heist, crew chief Mr. White talks with mob boss Joe Cabot. Mr. White mentions,
by the way, how's Alabama?
Alabama.
A former associate and prostitute who appears in the Tarantino-penned True Romance. In the film, Alabama and her lover Clarence try to sell cocaine in LA. Clarence's friend Elliot, an aspiring actor, helps them get in touch with Hollywood producer Lee Donowitz to buy the drugs. Lee Donowitz is the grandson of Sergeant Donnie Donowitz from Inglourious Basterds.
You might know him better by his nickname, the Bear Jew.
And Elliot's roommate Floyd is the great-grandson of Aldo Raine.
Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps.
Condescend to me, man. I'll kill you, man.
But that's not the only family connection in the TCU. Mr. Blonde, aka Vic Vega, is the brother of Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction. Vic is on probation in Reservoir Dogs, and his parole officer is Seymour Scagnetti.
Who's your parole officer?
Seymour Scagnetti.
Brother of Jack Scagnetti, the detective in the Tarantino-written Natural Born Killers, who's chasing the psychos Bonnie and Clyde.
Mallory Knox. Meet Jack Scagnetti.
In Inglourious Basterds, Lieutenant Archie Hickox is a member of Operation Kino before he does this.
3 Gläser.
Archie is a descendant of the Hateful Eight's Oswaldo Mowbray, whose real name was Pete Hickox.
Under the name of English Pete Hickox, I got a federal bounty of $15,000 on my head.
Both are suave-talking Englishmen who end up getting themselves killed. In Django Unchained, when Dr. King Schultz passes a bounty to Django, one of the names listed is Crazy Craig Coons, an ancestor of Captain Coons. That's the guy who shoved a watch up his butt in Pulp Fiction.
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
In Pulp Fiction, Mia Wallace tells Vincent about the show she was cast on, Fox Force 5.
Fox as in we're a bunch of foxy chicks. Force as in we're a force to be reckoned with. And 5 as in there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. This sounds an awful lot like Kill Bill, which brings us to the second Tarantino dimension, the movie universe.
This is what you get for f***ing around Yakuzas! Go home to your mother!
These are the movies that people watch in the realer than real universe.
Welcome to slavery.
No thanks. I already had a wife.
So, when Mike McKay from Death Proof is done running over women, he'd go see Kill Bill. Or he could have even been a stunt driver in Kill Bill. So Uma Thurman plays a character in Pulp Fiction who plays another character in Kill Bill, or at the very least, played a character in a TV pilot that was later adapted into a movie just like Kill Bill.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
The Stan Lee of the TCU is none other than the man himself, Quentin Tarantino. He stars in nearly all of his films, and some of his characters have direct links to other movies, like Jimmy Dimmick. He's related to Lawrence Dimmick, aka Mr. White. Tarantino films even include Easter eggs like this bombshell in Django Unchained. Django and Broomhilda von Shaft are the ancestors of 70s blaxploitation icon Shaft.
Yeah, you've got Django and Broomhilda's great
great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson.
And there's one area where the lines start to blur between these worlds. In Kill Bill, the bride is buried alive in the grave of Paula Schultz. It's even in the title of the chapter. Paula Schultz is speculated to be Dr. Schultz's wife, and since she was born in 1823 and Django takes place in the 1850s, this could be true. So maybe she died young, causing Dr. Schultz to become a bounty hunter. This also explains the motive behind Dr. Schultz helping Django free his wife. Now we have a theory about how this could happen. Paula Schultz never appears in Kill Bill, just her grave. This is because the film crew for Kill Bill in the Realer Than Real universe scouted a graveyard, finding Paula's actual tombstone, and decided to use or replicate it. She could have also been Schultz's daughter, as the date does read 1898. So, now let's talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and how it connects to this wide cinematic tapestry. If you haven't seen the film yet, just skip to this time code, then watch the rest of the video when you see the movie. There's one pretty obvious connection to the Tarantino canon, the movie within the movie, The 14 Fists of McCluskey. In the clip, we see McCluskey, played by Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, burning a Nazi war room with a flamethrower. This is very similar to the ending of the Inglourious Basterds. This is how Hitler and his fellow Nazi pieces of shit died in the Realer Than Real universe. So this movie was loosely based on Realer Than Real events. I'm also wondering if the titular 14 Fists are in a way referencing members of a bushwhacking team of Nazi hunters like the Bastards. There are a few other looser connections to the TCU. Kurt Russell plays a stunt coordinator named Randy who is married to Janet, played by real-life stunt woman Zoe Bell. Both Bell and Russell played stunt doubles in the movie Death Proof, making me wonder if one of those characters is their kid who followed in the family trade.
That was fun!
Michael Madsen plays an actor playing a cowboy who sounds and acts a lot like Bud from Kill Bill.
I'm the bouncer, and there ain't nobody out there to bounce.
Remember, Kill Bill is a movie that people in this Realer Than Real universe would go see, making me wonder if the actor who played Bud in Kill Bill was the son of the actor who played the cowboy in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's also the Bruce Lee connection when Brad Pitt fights him on the set of The Green Hornet. The late martial artist was a huge influence on Kill Bill. There's the bride's costume, the Crazy 88's Kato masks, and the Green Hornet theme. And finally, Brad Pitt's stuntman Cliff Booth is a Southerner.
Anybody accidentally kills anybody in a fight, they go to jail. It's called manslaughter.
Just like Aldo Rain in Inglourious Basterds.
Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out before.
This hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm thinking that if Aldo Rain is Floyd's great-grandfather, then Cliff could be Floyd's dad. And finally, there's the War Leonard Universe. Tarantino is a big fan of Leonard, which is why he adapted Leonard's novel Rum Punch into Jackie Brown.
War Leonard, David Mamet, and Richard Pryor. And I think those were actual conscious influences.
One character in the story is Ordell Robbie, a career criminal who appears in both Jackie Brown and Life of Crime, directed by Daniel Schechter. In Jackie Brown, Ordell is played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Won't you see a piece of this for yourself?
It's my plan. We're in this together.
Yeah, but it's my money and I don't need no partners.
While Mos Def plays a younger version of Ordell in Life of Crime. And also in Jackie Brown, Michael Keaton plays a police officer named Ray Nicolette, a character he would reprise the next year in Steven Soderbergh's Out of Sight. The Elmore Leonard universe is separate from the other two, meaning no characters from the Realer Than Real or movie universe can appear. That's it for this video, guys, but how would you rank each Tarantino film? Let me know in the comments below. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.